Nine has been making waves, doing big damage, and you've seen the big screenshots, but let me introduce you to the Flash 9 build. It's going to look a little bit something like this. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's touch on this. Sorry, no cam still very ill. So check it out. This is going to be the Exhaust 9 build based entirely around Hue Flash, which is going to reduce the cost of Hue Flash every time something gets exhausted from your hand due to its ignition ability. It doesn't even have to be a card exhausted from 9. This allows you to use 9 in some of the more tempo-oriented teams. Think Serenial, think Cassius, characters like that. And it also works very well with a lot of the Spore cards that you can get as neutrals on your supports, or even 9 herself here. So the focus of a 9 build like this, as far as making the build for you, you're going to need, number one, Hue Flash. It doesn't necessarily need a Divine on it, and a lot of the times I don't really think Hue Flash having Divine on it is worth the cost of your faint memory points, because, well, it's not going to have a Divine on every version of Hue Flash, just the base version, as it's creating new iterations of the Hue card right now in CZN. Other things to look at, you're going to definitely want the Counterblade upgrade that gives you Honed Edge when a card is exhausted. You don't necessarily need to have this Divine Epiphany either. It just happened to do so on this build. And a lot of the times, you might actually be better off not having the Divine Epiphany on this card, as well as it's going to leave you more faint memory points to fit in some nice neutrals. One of the best neutrals you can have on her is actually going to be the Residual Herb. This is going to be a Retrieve 2 and Exhaust 3 card, and it's going to give you some shields, which is fine. You can get an Epiphany on it that applies Vulnerable, so it allows you to work very well with applying Vulnerable right before you do Hue Flash on the opponent. And when you're done with it, it's actually going to start making Contaminated Spores for your hand. This is another Exhaust card, and it will start replicating itself with its Retain effect as well, allowing you to bank up on multiple Contaminated Spores in your hand to reduce the Hue Flash on future turns. And the effect of this card is it's going to put a damage taken buff on the enemy. Think of it as like a one-shot vulnerability, but you can stack this up multiple times, and you can put like 10, 20, 30 Contaminated Spore propagation debuffs on something, Hue Flash for big damage, and then move on and start exhausting some other cards. Other cards to think about here, Fatal Strike is very nice, as it's able to exhaust 2 other random combatants' exhaust cards in their hands. So if you have supports that have exhaust card generation, think like non-softy, right, creations of Orlia, other Spore propagating neutral cards on your supports, this will work very well with that and give you a big damage bonus for your next Hue Flash as well. And then if you're in a, exhaust oriented team, you're using other characters with exhaust cards, or just wanting to buff up the damage of Hue Flash itself, the damage bonus exhaust version of Experience Strike is pretty well and solid there. Outside of that, just try to remove all the other cards out of your 9 build for the most part. This can give you a nice little solid concise 9 build. She's there to spam Hue Flash as your supports and other exhaust damage dealers are feeding the cost reduction of the Flash for her as well. As far as memory fragments, if you have the new Beast Yearning set, that's going to be great. You don't want to use the crit chance increase set for 2 costs on this build, as you're reducing the cost of Hue below 2, so this doesn't do anything for you there. And if you don't have Beast Yearning set, just go for a 2-2-2 split, like defense set, crit damage set, and then your choice of like attack set for a tiny amount of damage. Or if you have someone that applies agony, you can do the 2-piece agony set as well. Wilhelmina is still my favorite support for a vulnerability focused 9 build, 4-star, pretty accessible. You can buy it out of the shop. It's going to increase the defense and thus the damage of your 9. And when you're doing damage with your big Hues, if the enemy has vulnerability on them, you're going to get a defense-based damage bonus of that attack card as well. You can also use the EP skill here on the Chief for a little morale, a little fortitude, although the EP skill here really isn't the greatest part about Wilhelmina. So let's just go into the Nebula Distortion boss. Let's turn everything on here, and just to have a little fun, we're going to be using Cassius as well as Serenial here, and I have a support Serenial setup. She's not really here to do damage and also isn't that great against this enemy, and this is going to be a little sneak peek at sort of the nice little 9 support Cassius action with the Spore Cassius build, which I'm going to have an entire video on Cassius at a future point. I don't want to dive and delve deep into his build right here because you know, why not get another entire separate YouTube video out of it. So let's go for, we're gonna put up the counterblade here. We're gonna start with Pop-Eyed Popper. We do enjoy that. We're gonna go full house on Cassius, which is the full support build I kind of have him on right now. Let's just empty these homing lasers out of our hand here. We're gonna use one of my new favorite neutral cards, an Ebony Lumen. This is on my Cassius, and it's gonna give us AP and draw us a bunch of cards, create a new broken Ebony Lumen as well. And he actually has a piece of gear that gives me 1 more AP when I cast a 3 cost or higher card. So this is basically free for me right now. Eat your heart out, Barrel. Why don't we just play a better character right there? Let's go ahead and homing laser. We do enjoy that, and we can go ahead and Spore Harvester, which is going to activate our exhaust for our Hue. Let's contaminate this real quick if we want to. Let's just get rid of this bleed for right now, actually. We'll Hue Flash him. This is still our setup turn, right? Look at that, an exhaust card off Cassius, reduce the cost of Hue Flash again. We enjoy that. Let's go ahead and Joker. We need to go ahead and we can grab some other stuff. Let's just Pale Shooting Star right now so we can add this to our hand. And we're going to cast this because we're on like an AP Divine support build for our Serenial. So this can give us some AP here on this select setup that I have. This is a pretty nice team. So we need 1 more card from our Cassius quest completion, and it needs to be 9, but it's going to generate a quest and try to put Flash back in our hand while it's full right now. So we're just going to cast a laser or 2 right here, Hue Flash, put the Hue back in our hand, generate full house, cast the full house, reduce the Hue, cast this, get it out of our hand. We like that indeed. You can go ahead and put some spores on here if we so desire. We can cast and exhaust this while we have some mana, draw some additional cards. Go ahead, Hue Flash this man 1 more time. We do enjoy that. We'll create a, look at this, return all of our homing lasers back to our hand card. Draw a card with Cassius again. Isn't this fun, guys? Aren't we having a great time? I'm gonna Plasma Laser here. I'm going to homing laser for a mana. I'm going to return them all now, I think. I kind of want to hold on to these for right now. No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to cast Fatal Strike. We're exhaust other cards. Bam, we like that. Hue Flash. Didn't crit. We're sad. It's fine. Still our setup turn here. Hey, man, not bad. Is this turn 1? This turn 1? We're still on turn 1? That's fine. All right, cool. Let's do this now. Cast some of this stuff. Joker. What's the last card in the deck? The Cobalt Light. And we've gone through every single card in our deck so far, and we're kind of set up to just do big Giga stuff next turn. So let's just cast this, get it out of our hand. And I'm just going to cast this to put some vulnerability stacks on the enemy. And hopefully we'll start propagating spores as well. It's a nice little team. It's a nice little setup. I'm gonna do 1 more. We have Spore Harvester and 3 contaminated spores. All this good stuff. That's fine. There's the Hue Flash. All right, we need a Hue Flash. And then we'll start drawing cards with full house again. It's gonna generate a bunch of stuff, add all this stuff to our hand. Big nice. All right, this isn't an exhaust, that's not an exhaust. We'll Spore Propagate him. Hue Flash for free. full house, draw a card. That can draw 2. Go ahead, do this. These don't have exhaust, but it's okay. We'll just generate an AP. Q flash. Draw a card, full house. Look at us go. We have Fatal Strike. Just go ahead and cast this. Cast this. You know what? Let's just get rid of this. Free full house. Probably don't need to do that. I haven't fully figured out exactly how to play this quite yet, but it is it's fun, man. I'll say that. If you're looking for some new stuff to do, this is good. We don't really need to cast these, so we can just kind of figure out a way here to do some really cool guy stuff. We'll cast this, gain an AP, exhaust some stuff, draw the last cards. What we just really don't need. One day show crit. Hey, that's pretty neat. That's kind of neat. Ain't that kind of neat? We have a spore left in our hand to start propagating stuff again next turn if we so desire. And then, well, very easy for us to just kind of get through our deck once again. So we're going to start off with a Cassius card for him. We'll start off with this for her. We'll go with a Cobalt Light here, I guess. Oh, let's do this. We haven't used any EP yet. Let's do this. Let's ditch these. There we go. Look at that. Full house. We gotta really use the big brain strategy up in here, you know? And then he's probably gonna be gone after this turn, so we don't really have to worry too much more about this. Look at that. Draw some more cards, got some flashes, exhaust this, that's fine, go ahead. Homing laser this, probably should have played the instinct thing. I'm playing it a little bit out of order because I don't want the combined damage of Serennial and 9 to take this guy out too fast. But it's a pretty fun team. It's pretty great. I like this team a lot. There's a lot to think about, and it's really based around not Divine Epiphanies on your 9 and stuff, in your other characters for the most part. It's really based around all of the different spore cards. So we were kind of pulling our punches there a little bit. I didn't want to take the boss out too fast because I wanted to show the interactions of all the spores and the longevity of the different stuff you can do with an exhaust 9 build there for you. So I know we could have killed it a lot faster, but I just wanted to have you guys see what you could do with an exhaust 9 build. I've been having a fun time with this one. Let me know what you think about it down below. Slap the like. It's the only thing the algorithm cares about. I'm putting all of these different builds together for the final 9 guide, and I'll catch you guys then in that video. Stay tuned, and for all the future content, you can check it out right here.